Myanmar's not in the news much right now, but there's a terrible war happening there. We just did a YouTube explainer on it, and we got a lot of comments from people in Myanmar saying they feel forgotten by the world. So what is going on there? Over the last 4 years, there's been this big rebellion against Myanmar's military rulers by all sorts of opposition groups who now appear to have the edge.
The military, if you like, is on the ropes.
Losing significant land, significant territories.
Quick backstory. Myanmar has essentially been under military rule since the 1960s. But from about 2011 onwards, there was this period people call Myanmar's experiment with democracy. There were elections, and Aung San Suu Kyi's party won, twice. You might have heard of her. She'd been the face of the opposition for years. But in 2021, the military took back power in a coup. Aung San Suu Kyi was sent to prison, and there were huge protests.
Peaceful demonstrations were responded to with massive violence by the military.
In some ways, that made people even more determined to kick the military out, once and for all. Some of those pro-democracy protesters formed armed resistance groups. Ordinary people like students, lawyers, and medics who picked up weapons, and they've become a pretty effective fighting force. That's also because many of them got training from another category of fighters on the anti-military side. They're known as the ethnic armed organizations, and these are groups that represent different ethnic minorities in Myanmar. They've been fighting against the military rulers for a pretty long time for better rights and autonomy in their regions.
Every minority in Burma has their own stories to tell you how much they are suffering. So that is a main driving force for these minorities.
And it's the ethnic armed groups that have made the biggest gains on the battlefield, especially in the last year. For example, one group has taken full control of Myanmar's border with Bangladesh. In this video, you can see soldiers in that area surrendering. And a lot of analysts say the military, which used to be all-powerful, is facing all sorts of problems, including getting enough people to fight on their side.
They have introduced conscription and are literally kidnapping young men to fight in the military.
With everything that's happened, the map of Myanmar now looks like this, basically a patchwork of control. The military only has that area in green, but it includes the capital, Naypyidaw, and other major cities. That's helping them hang on to power for now. But plenty of people are predicting that it's only a matter of time before the regime does actually fall.
This illegal coup attempt by the military has failed. One of the very reasons is because of the resilience of the Myanmar people.